Hey everybody, look at who I've got here with me today. Nuance Bro. Yes, that is right. And I can't say his real name, so I'm going to keep calling him Nuance Bro.
You can call me Omid too.
Omid?
Yeah. Omid. Yeah.
Omid? Okay, this is Omid. So tell us what you're most excited about being here at TPUSA AmFest.
It's always good to see familiar faces. I got a lot of friends who come to this event as well. So
nice.
Just catching up with everybody and meeting new people. I mean, I see Jake Shields over there, UFC fighter. You know, that's cool. Actually, I don't know. Did he fight in the UFC? I don't know. He's a Strikeforce champion and all that stuff. And I saw Chuck Liddell as well.
We saw Chuck Liddell yesterday.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah. The mix of people that are here is one of the things that I thought was so interesting. It's like you said, you got UFC fighters, you got MMA guys, you got the Fox Newses, you got the YouTubers, you got Sikhs, you got Jews, you got Christians. It's a really wide mix of just like everything.
Yeah.
Everything in here. And so when you do your man on the street videos, first of all, how do you make sure to keep yourself safe? Do you have like a team that goes out with you?
So...
Is that a bad question to ask on camera?
Yeah, it's very bad OPSEC, operational security.
Maybe I shouldn't. You know what? Maybe this is a terrible question.
But I'll answer. I mean, it depends where I'm going. But in most states, I can usually carry my firearm on me.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I'll have friends who are coming along. But, you know, to some degree, it's like you just can't really control it. You just try to be wise, you know, make good decisions. Make good decisions, that's all.
Yep, okay. Yeah. So what has been the most outrageous setup that you've done so far? Like, where was the craziest people? What was the place that had the craziest people circumstances?
January 6th, probably.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. Okay, so you were... Oh, that's right. You were there on January 6th,
my
weren't
first
you?
interview was actually the Q Shaman guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now I remember this now. Okay, you guys. So how much crap have you had to deal with from being there that day? Did you get hemmed up with the FBI? Did you have to deal with a bunch of that stuff?
So surprisingly for me, I didn't have to really deal with much at all. Although my cameraman, the FBI went to his house and there was some weird things going on there, but they never contacted me. A lot of people I know were contacted, especially if they were around the grounds of the Capitol and stuff. Granted, I never went inside the building, even though, you know, as a journalist, a lot of them went in there, like people from AP and others, like Reuters, I think, they all went in there. But, you know, I didn't. But if I did, it should still be fine because I'm covering...
You're a freaking journalist.
Yeah, that's the point. I'm covering what's happening.
Well, and that's what they did to Elijah Schaffer. I mean, they just dragged him and put him on the FBI watch list and all this other stuff.
Was he on the watch list?
Yes! Oh my God, he was on the no-fly list, all this stuff.
Elijah was on the no-fly list?
Elijah Schaffer was on the no-fly, like he couldn't fly, he lost a bunch of stuff, and I just remember being like, we literally looked to him for his man on the street stuff, the live action content, because we want to see what's happening. If he's a journalist, why are you arresting him and treating him like he's just some other dude? Is the press no longer safe in this country?
Yeah, he had one of the first videos showing like the first instances of like them breaking through the barriers and stuff, which they show over and over again in like Congress and all that stuff. And then they're gonna harass him for filming all that? It's crazy.
Because what else would the government do but some dumb shit stuff? Excuse my language, dumb stuff. Okay. So January 6th was crazy. What do you think, what was the general feeling? Like, what were you hearing people say when you were there?
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because, you know, you kind of, you're there in the moment. You don't fully understand the significance of like how the rhetoric's going to play out, right? And I'm there in the moment, and I'm getting texts from people like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, everyone's like happy. I mean, you know, it was like people were cheerful. They were just like talking to each other.
Yeah,
like people
much
are
like
acting
a
as if
TPUSA event.
Yeah, they were painting it as if like, first of all, it's all like white KKK racists who are like want to make America a white ethno state, like whatever. And I'm just like, what? Because there was like one guy with like a Camp Auschwitz like, you know, hoodie on or something. Therefore, everybody there must be like a Nazi that wants to kill minorities.
Oh my
I don't know. It was bizarre.
Well, they find they call it nut picking, right? Instead of nitpicking, nut picking. I'm going to go look for the nuttiest person in the crowd who's acting like a butthole, and then I'm going to film that and pay attention to that, and that's who everyone is that's there. And that was the thing. I think I heard people say that there were people with signs that said things like, Jews for Trump, Asians for Trump, you know, whatever the group was, blacks for Trump, whatever it is. And yet it was painted, or like the only thing that we saw from other journalists, not you, but other journalists, is it's only white people.
Yeah.
So when you're out on the street, when you're talking to people, like, how do you kind of just hang out? Do you look for specific kinds of people? Like, how do you pick who to talk to?
Yeah, it depends on the event. Like an event like this, obviously, this isn't a protest where people are holding up signs typically. So if I'm at a protest, I'm looking, okay, does this person have an interesting sign? Do they have a message that they're trying to put out? But at an event like this, it's like, well, I want some notable people, but I also want some of the common people who kind of just are layman attendees or whatever. So, you know, I'm like, okay, who's like a typical person who attends this type of thing? I try to get some interviews from them, but I also haven't been able to get too many notable people this time, so that's kind of unfortunate. So the video might be boring, but whatever.
Well, yeah, but I'm here. I'm notable, okay? That's all you really need is me, right? And Benjamin. Everybody has been commenting on how funny our sign is and the name, so that's been pretty notable.
Very cool.
So what do you have coming up? Where is there anything that you're excited about attending, or like a new kind of conversation you're going to start? What's next?
Sure. Well, whatever this video is going to turn into, hopefully, that should be fun. I got invited to a pretty notable show. I'm sure some of you might know it, but I'm not going to say what it is.
Oh.
You'll see hopefully in about a month or so.
Okay. We're being secretive. We're being sneaky.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
All right, excellent. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can follow you, and get all your amazing content.
Yeah, if you look up Nuance Bro on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
All that kind of stuff.
There you go. You can find me there.
All right. A lot of folks have a website now. They're doing newsletters and all this other stuff. Do you have that going on yet?
Yeah, I mean, I have nuancebro.com, but I don't really post. That's more of like people want to support
a landing page and all. Oh, support the channel.
Yeah.
Donate. Here's the thing, really seriously, you guys, one of the things that I found sometimes frustrating, conservatives don't want to come out of pocket to support the content that they like to watch.
They're very charitable. They'll donate to charities as opposed to the left, but when it comes to content creation, maybe not as much.
So this is my shout out to all my content creators like Nuance Bro. Go to nuancebro.com. Donate to my man. He's doing live coverage of these events. If it wasn't for folks like you and Elijah, we wouldn't see what was going on. We would be dependent on the mainstream media to show us whatever narrative they want to. So holler at your boy, give him some of your money, make sure that he can keep going and covering these events for us, okay? All right, guys? All right, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, bye, guys.